Hey guys, today we're going to talk about macromolecules like carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. To get started, let's talk about carbohydrates. Their empirical formula is CnH2O, and they come in many forms. There's monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are the simplest form. For monosaccharides, the formula is C6H12O6, and the different isotopes of it is glucose, galactose, and fructose. Now for disaccharides. They are two monosaccharides joined together through glycoside bonds. That is a dehydration synthesis, which is also the removal of water. Examples of disaccharides would include maltose, which is two glucose molecules joined together. There's also lactose, which is a glucose and a galactose. Whoops, sorry guys. And then there's also sucrose, which is glucose and fructose joined together. All these carbohydrates store energy, and then as polysaccharides, they can store more energy. But as we get into it later, lipids store more energy than carbohydrates. Now for some examples that you'll find in plants include cellulose and starch. Starch is a really big ingredient in potatoes. And then there is also different types in animals too. There's the chitin and then the glycogen. These are the exoskeleton of the animals, and they are like the animal's form of energy.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about lipids, and they contain one glycerol and three fatty acids, and they're connected by ester bonds. There's two types, unsaturated and saturated. Unsaturated, they have double bonds, and they're liquid at room temperature, and they're a lot healthier than saturated. And saturated, they don't have double bonds, they only have single bonds. And examples of lipids include fats, oils, waxes, and steroids. And phospholipids, they have a hydrophilic head and a hydrophobic tail.
Proteins are complex, unbranched macromolecules that carry out many functions in the cell, such as growth and repair, signaling, movement, enzymatic activity, and regulation. And proteins are made of three components, which include the carboxyl group, the amino group, and the R group. And many times the R group is different for each amino acid. As shown by my friend, peanut butter is a great example of proteins. Proteins are linked together with amino acids through peptide bonds. Proteins also contain four structures: the primary structure, which shows the link of amino acids; the secondary structure, which shows the coils and folds; the tertiary structure, which shows the 3D shape; and the quaternary structure, which shows a group of amino acids linked together.
Okay, now we're going to talk about nucleic acids, and they are consisted of three parts, which is the phosphate, the monosaccharide, which is either ribose or deoxyribose, and the base. And there are 5 bases: adenine, cytosine, guanine, uracil, and thymine. And uracil is found in ribonucleotides, and thymine is found in deoxyribonucleotides. And nucleic acids help with information storage and transfer.
We are all made of DNA.
That's an example of nucleic acids.
Now that we've learned all this information, we're going to have a 5-question quiz. Pause the video after every question. First, which structure of protein includes the folds and coils?
That is a secondary.
Second, what is the carbohydrate empirical formula?
CnH2O.
Third, what are the 3 parts of nucleic acids?
There is a base, a monosaccharide, and a phosphate.
Fourth, what are the bonds between amino acids called?
Ester bonds.
Peptide bonds.
My bad, don't make that mistake.
What's the difference between saturated and unsaturated fats?
Unsaturated fats have double bonds, making them liquid at room temperature.
Okay.
We hope this was a good review for macromolecules. Thanks for watching, kids. That wasn't necessary. Now you can move.